If you're over 60, every move you make, every step you take or don't take, can directly impact your heart. What if I told you that certain popular exercises, the very ones you thought were keeping you strong, might actually be silently damaging your heart every single day? I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to protect you. As a heart doctor, I've seen too many seniors walk into my clinic feeling perfectly fine, only to discover elevated blood pressure, irregular heart rhythms, or signs of heart strain they never expected. And in many of those cases, it wasn't poor diet or lack of movement that caused the issue. It was the wrong type of movement. Exercises that were too intense, too sudden, or simply too much for a heart that's aging and needs a different kind of care. Most seniors don't even realize they're making this mistake. In this video, I'm begging you to stop 5 specific types of exercise that could be weakening your heart, not strengthening it. But don't worry, I'll also show you what to do instead. Keep watching because your heart deserves better, and habit number 1 might be the very thing you're doing today. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. High-intensity interval training, HIIT, and overexertion. HIIT and overexertion, a silent threat to the aging heart. After 60, your heart is no longer the same heart that carried you through your youth. It's more fragile, more vulnerable, and far less forgiving of extremes. That's why high-intensity interval training, those short bursts of intense exertion followed by brief rest periods, can be one of the most dangerous exercises for older adults. As a heart doctor, I've watched too many seniors take on these trendy workouts, thinking they're doing the right thing, believing that sweating more means living longer. But the truth is, these types of workouts place sudden, immense pressure on a heart that may already be battling hypertension, arrhythmias, or hardened arteries. When you push yourself into rapid, breathless states, your heart is forced to pump harder and faster than it safely can. For many seniors, this doesn't build strength, it builds risk. Even worse, the damage isn't always immediate. The heart strains quietly, blood pressure spikes subtly, electrical rhythms become unstable. You may feel a little lightheaded or a bit more tired, brushing it off as aging. But inside, your heart is waving a red flag that too often gets ignored until it's too late. What's most heartbreaking is that many seniors do these workouts because they want to stay independent, live longer, or keep up with younger peers. But the cost of pushing beyond your body's limit can be a trip to the ER or a life-altering event. Exercise should strengthen your heart, not break it. Gentle walking, Tai Chi, light swimming. These are the quiet heroes of senior heart health. They support your body without shocking it. They work with your heart, not against it. In your 60s, 70s, and beyond, safety is strength. Sustainability is success. But there's another mistake I see all the time, one that doesn't just involve movement but posture and pressure, and unfortunately, it's hiding in plain sight at gyms and home workouts everywhere. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now, let's move on to point number 2. 2. Core crunches and heavy lifting. When strength training turns against your heart, there's a common belief that building a strong body protects us as we age, and to some extent, that's true. Muscle keeps us mobile, stable, and independent. But as a heart specialist, I've seen something far more complex and dangerous. When older adults engage in exercises like crunches, sit-ups, or heavy weightlifting without understanding the internal pressure they create, they may be putting their heart in harm's way. What many seniors don't realize is that straining during a core crunch or lifting a heavy dumbbell causes a spike in intra-abdominal and thoracic pressure. This pressure doesn't just stay in the belly or chest. It presses inward and upward, creating a surge in blood pressure and a sudden demand on the heart to compensate. For an aging heart, especially one already compromised by stiff arteries or silent plaque buildup, this can be a breaking point. I've treated patients who fainted mid-rep, experienced chest pain during a set, or suffered arrhythmias shortly after what they thought was a normal gym session. The irony is that these individuals weren't neglecting their health, they were actively trying to preserve it. But the body in its 60s or 70s isn't the same as it was decades ago. The circulatory system is less elastic, the heart more vulnerable to sudden changes in pressure. A single incorrect lift or improperly performed abdominal contraction can lead to consequences no one expects in a fitness routine. The key isn't to avoid strength training altogether. It's to modify it with care. Use resistance bands instead of weights. Focus on controlled, slow movements. Work with a trainer who understands cardiac limitations. You don't have to stop building strength. You just need to stop shocking your system. And yet, not all risks come from exertion. Some come from something much simpler, something you can't even see, but your heart can feel it every time the temperature shifts. 3. Exercising in extreme temperatures. When the weather becomes your heart's silent enemy. We often talk about exercise as the answer to better health, and it is. But for seniors, the when and where of physical activity matter just as much as the exercise itself. I've seen too many well-meaning older adults step outside for a walk on a brisk winter morning or a sweltering summer afternoon, unaware that the very environment around them is working against their heart. When you're over 60, your body loses much of its ability to regulate internal temperature. In the cold, your blood vessels constrict to preserve warmth, causing blood pressure to rise, a natural reaction that can strain a heart already dealing with hypertension or plaque-filled arteries. In extreme heat, the opposite happens. Your blood vessels dilate, your heart races to cool you down, and dehydration sets in faster than you expect. In both cases, the heart is forced to work harder, not from exertion but from survival. I've witnessed patients collapse during neighborhood walks in the heat or suffer shortness of breath after just a few minutes in the winter air. These aren't outliers, they're warning signs. Many seniors don't realize how sensitive the cardiovascular system becomes to temperature changes. Your heart doesn't need to run a marathon to be stressed. It just needs to be exposed to the wrong environment at the wrong time. Exercise should be an act of healing, not hazard. For seniors, that often means choosing comfort over challenge. Find indoor environments with stable temperatures, hydrate before, during, and after activity, dress in breathable layers or warm gear. But above all, listen when your body whispers before it starts to scream. But while weather is an external enemy, there's a deeper danger that lies in the very style of movement many seniors choose, especially when it involves fast-paced, jarring motions that throw off more than just balance. What happens next might surprise you. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now, let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Jumping, rapid movements, and sudden direction changes. The hidden chaos inside an aging body. There's something about fast-paced exercise that feels energizing, like we're fighting back against time. Jumping jacks, stair sprints, burpees, or quick aerobics classes may look harmless, even empowering. But when you're over 60, those same movements can quietly wreak havoc on a body that no longer handles shock, speed, or sudden shifts the way it once did. I've watched patients, strong, proud seniors, try to match the rhythm of younger peers in community fitness classes or online routines. And not long after, I've seen them arrive in my clinic, describing dizzy spells, pounding hearts, or worse, falls they couldn't explain. It's not weakness, it's biology. As we age, our nervous system reacts slower, our balance becomes less reliable, and our arteries stiffen. Rapid shifts in movement, jumping up, twisting, turning quickly, create a storm of demands on the cardiovascular system. Blood pressure can fluctuate, the heart can race irregularly, and oxygen delivery may struggle to keep up. These motions don't just strain muscles, they confuse the body. What feels like a simple jump or lunge is, to the aging body, a challenge in coordination, blood flow, and recovery. And for seniors with even mild cardiovascular issues, the risk of arrhythmia or a dangerous fall becomes very real. The most heartbreaking part? These seniors are often just trying to stay active, stay young, stay independent. But true strength at this age comes not from speed but from control, not from how fast you can move, but from how gently you protect what matters most: your heart, your balance, your peace. Slow, fluid exercises like Tai Chi, water aerobics, or even gentle stretching may seem less impressive, but they are profoundly effective. They stabilize the body, soothe the heart, and bring longevity without risk. Yet, even with safe movement, there's another threat that hides not in how we exercise, but when, especially if your routine collides with something as simple and common as bedtime. 5. exercising too late at night. When good intentions disrupt the heart's deepest healing. At first glance, working out in the evening might seem like a smart solution. After all, the day is done, the house is quiet, and there's finally time to move. But for those of us in our 60s, 70s, and beyond, what feels convenient can sometimes quietly compromise one of the most vital processes your body needs to survive: restorative sleep. I've seen it many times. Seniors who take an evening walk after dinner, do light cardio before bed, or try a quick workout late at night. In the name of discipline, they mean well, but they don't realize that even light physical exertion too close to bedtime can stimulate the nervous system, elevate the heart rate, and delay the body's natural transition into deep, healing rest. As we age, our sleep becomes more fragile. Our internal rhythms, called circadian cycles, become more sensitive to disruption. Late-night exercise, especially if it raises your core temperature or adrenaline levels, tells your body, stay alert, just when it should be winding down. And here's the hidden danger. Poor sleep is directly linked to higher blood pressure, increased inflammation, insulin resistance, and even irregular heart rhythms. Your heart needs rest just as much as your muscles do, maybe even more. If you regularly sacrifice deep sleep for evening activity, you may be unknowingly robbing your heart of its most essential time to repair and recover. It's not that seniors shouldn't move. It's that movement must align with the body's natural cycles. Morning or early afternoon exercise supports better sleep, steadier energy, and more balanced cardiovascular health. Let your evenings be about slowing down, not speeding up. Because while sleep is when your heart heals, there's something else just as vital during those waking hours. A habit so small, so easily skipped, that many seniors never think twice about it until it becomes the very thing that puts their heart at risk. 6. A message from my heart to yours. The quiet power of listening to your body. If you've made it this far, thank you. It tells me you care not just about living longer, but about living better. And that's why I want to speak to you now, not as a doctor, but as a fellow human being who has seen too much pain that could have been prevented. I've spent decades in hospital rooms and clinics, sitting beside seniors who were strong, wise, and full of life until a single decision, a single habit, or a single workout took it all away. And so many of them said the same thing. I didn't think it was a big deal. That phrase haunts me because when you're over 60, almost everything becomes a big deal. What you eat, how you move, when you rest, how you handle stress. Your heart, after beating for you tirelessly for decades, is asking, sometimes begging, for your attention, not out of fear, but out of need. You don't need to train like you're 30. You don't need to chase some ideal image of active aging if it pushes you beyond what your body is ready for. What you need is consistency, kindness, and awareness. There is no medal for overexertion, only the quiet, priceless reward of waking up each morning with a steady heart and a clear mind. Let go of the myth that more is better. Start choosing wiser, not harder. Walk with presence, rest with purpose, move in harmony with your age, not in rebellion against it. That is strength, that is courage, that is what protects your heart. And yet, even as you embrace better habits and safer exercise, there's one more trap I need to warn you about. One that doesn't happen during movement, but in the moments you skip it, when the cost of doing nothing begins to silently build. The final beat. Your heart deserves your wisdom, not your silence. If there's one truth I've learned after decades in cardiology, it's this. The heart doesn't ask for much, but it gives you everything. It beats without being told. It supports you through every emotion, every step, every year. But after 60, your heart needs you to listen, not to fear it, but to honor it. These 5 exercises I've asked you to stop aren't bad in themselves. They're just not made for an aging heart. What once felt energizing might now be exhausting. What once built strength might now invite strain. And that's okay. Aging isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Your journey forward should not be about pushing harder. It should be about moving smarter, breathing deeper, and choosing what heals instead of what harms. Because your health isn't measured in sweat or speed. It's measured in the quiet strength of consistency, balance, and care. Let today be the day you start protecting your heart, not punishing it. And if no one's told you this yet, you're not too old. It's not too late. And every gentle decision you make adds life to your years and years to your life. Now, Take that next step carefully, kindly, and with your heart in mind. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.